21 seconds in. Let's see if Debbie's up. Who is my first victim? Gonna be 0 people watching. I know that's bullshit. Who is it? Who is? Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? Come on, people. Who is it? Nobody? Nobody? It's Doc. Hey, Doc, what's up, son? Patrick, hey. For another live show, Nay, I really needed it, Lifesaver. Jonah, okay, buddy, here I am. Patrick, Nay, what's up, Patrick? Another, not a mother. I'm coming, Nay, says Doc. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Yeah, we're going late, son. So, you guys might, I don't know if you guys ever noticed back there, in this room back here, that room in there. You guys ever notice what's on the floor back here, right there? You guys ever notice what's on the floor right there? That's not there anymore? That's what I've been doing tonight. Got that done. So, I wonder if anybody knows, if anybody is observant enough to know, do you guys look back there when I get up and get coffee or anything and move the chair out of the way? You're like, whoa, what is that? Richard Magnarelli, what's up, son? Just made the new video on Twitter. Oh, did you, Doc? I'm going to have to go look right now. You know I fucking love when you do shit like this. Okay, let me see. Pamela Warm, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. 000 011. Okay, great. Great. Arizona. Well, it's fucking Arizona. Alright, let me see. Dude, my mouse is acting weird. My CPU is on full right now. Okay, that helped. That's gonna help. That's gonna help. Right? Help. Fucking CPU, dude. I just want to break somebody's fucking head, man. Notifications. We got hop in this bitch. Would you let me send some free? Sounds like you suspect too much. You were wrong on all counts. Not smoke oil, but trash oil. I was not a salesman. Not snake oil. No one's drawing anyone in to do something they don't want to do, and it's most definitely not garbage. It helps people with pain. Thanks, Doc Holland. That's really nice of you to say. You take care of me and my wife with your pain oil. Ah. I think of Nay as a close friend. Jonah. Dude, I gotta tell you guys, when I switched over from Trendy As Dabbers to Nay's Garden, I know most of you guys only know me as Nay's Garden. Dude, I lost a lot of my viewers, and I was blocking them because they were being douchebags about it. And you guys came in, and man, just a few of you, you make such a difference. You know, I had 20, 30 people leave, and I don't miss them one fucking bit because 2 or 3 of you guys came in kicking ass and doing what I begged them to do for years, and they would never fucking do because they're all a bunch of fucking good for nothing, lazy cunt motherfuckers. And then you came in and you proved to me that I do have audience members out there that are capable, more than capable. Let me see if I can find this video you put up. I don't see your thing, bro. Doc Holland, I don't see it, bro. Oh, thanks, Doc. Thanks, Jonah. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh the chat right now, so don't type anything until it refreshes, so I can see what you said. Um, I'm looking at tweets and replies. I don't see anything from you to me. I guess I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I should click on notifications and click on mentions again. Oh, here we go. There it is. I see it. Hold on, let me turn the volume up.
Tim Black promotes truth. Jimmy Orr promotes truth. Ron Cohn promotes truth. Graham Elwood promotes truth. Arn Robb promotes truth. Tim Black promotes truth.
It's a wrap.
Trent Yang promotes truth. We're all here to promote truth. Because
Random quiz, what's my favorite decade?
it's what drives us. And, you know, my father instilled it in me. And I do it because it's what seems like the right thing to talk about.
Megsy, Aaron, what's up, guys?
You know, I understand both sides of everything. Jimmy Orr promotes truth. Ron Cohn promotes truth.
I like it. So, not a goddamn email came in from anybody at Twitter getting free triage oil from me. Can you believe it? Not a single goddamn... Let me just check the trash. There's nothing in the trash. Dude. People are so fucking stupid. Their highfalutin fucking morals are too important. Their fucking pride is too important. I should make a tweet about that. Wow, I must have offered free triage oil to... Man, if you would accept an offer from me for triage oil, press... Oh, there's only 12 people here now? Only 12 people watching this show all of a sudden? What's going on? Can you guys get me some more people here? Thursday, Diesel Freak. 3 pounds. Okay, Thursday. Cool. My parts are coming from my engine on Thursday. It's taking forever, man, because I got to get my fucking lift put on. I'm gonna have to work on my motor. I got so much shit to do. Got Facebook. I'm sharing. Oh, you got my back. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get some people here. Boy, oh boy, I'd love to do a show for more than a handful of people if it's possible. I was just gonna tweet. It amazes me. I offered my triage oil, which is a cure for pain, to many people today on Twitter, but because they are obviously smarter than me, none of them accepted my free offer. Free offer. I sit in amazement at the utter stupidity of people who claim to be so enlightened. I offered my triage oil, and I'm not gonna put anything I offered my, I shouldn't say call it triage oil. I offered my, my oil, which is a cure for pain, which is a proven cure, which is a proven cure for pain to many people today on Twitter. But because they're obviously smarter than me, none of them accepted my free offer. I sit in amazement at the utter stupidity of people who claim to be so enlightened. How many people would accept my offer for free pain oil? One? Okay, I'll say this again. If I offered you free pain oil and you'd accept it, press number 1. Seriously, guys, there's 17 people here. Really? If I offer you free pain oil, only one of you would accept it from me? Really? Do you guys listen to me? I'll ask you one more time to make sure you heard me. There's 17 people watching the show right now. If I offered you free pain oil, would you accept my offer of free pain oil? If you would, press number 1. It's number 1, Jonah. It's number 1 because it's the number 1. Just press the number 1, guys. How many people can I get to press number 1 out of 17 people? Hey, if I can only get 5 or 6 of you to press number 1, then I understand why these fucking morons on Twitter, none of them will accept my offer to ship them free pain oil. Even after knowing that I interviewed their god, fucking Arn Ra, I interviewed him for 2.5 hours. I'm not some schmo. I'm literally a guy with a podcast with a following. What is wrong with people? What's the scam? I'm missing it. I'm missing the scam here. Dude, did this scab just come off my face? Dude, I put triage oil on that. Oh my God, that is so funny. You guys remember I said this morning, I was like, I'm going to put triage oil on this thing. It's driving me crazy because it won't fucking heal up. Look at it. Look at it now. I put some on my on here too, right here in the middle of my skin too. That's heal. See it right there? Right there. That's healing up too, man. Wow, I wonder if my hair's going to change color too. Fuck. Dude, okay, you know, whatever. You know, you guys don't need to believe me. You don't need to believe me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know? My audience members know. My family knows. My friends know. All of the entire county of Lake County where I live, they all know. Everyone here knows about my triage oil. You know, I've had people, hardcore fucking straight killers, murderers, bikers, fucking gang members, hit me up and say, hey man, can I get some of that for my mom? I'll be like, yeah, bro. You know, how much is it? 30 bucks, 40 bucks? What do I got to give you? Free. No. Here's some money. No, it's fucking free, dude. I can't take your money. Why? Because I sell it to people all over the world and they're paying for it, man. And it's paid for. It's fucking paid for, bro. It's got to be a nonprofit. They cover the packaging. They cover my expenses, the shipping. When somebody buys a $35 box from me somewhere else in the world, that money is helping me give it to someone else for free. And they're like, wow, bro. You know, a lot of these people would do anything for me. They would do anything for me. They would go so far out of their way for me. Why? Because when their mom was in pain, I gave them something and the pain went away. And their moms are begging for more of it. They love it. And I won't charge them for it. Doc Holland, when people call it snake oil, it's one of the most offensive things you can say about what I do. It's one of the most offensive for several reasons. The first reason is, well, you're a fucking liar. Okay, so you've lied to me. Now I'm offended because you're lying. I already know it works. So you're a fucking liar. That's the first thing. Anybody that does that shit, anybody that says that my oil is snake oil, or I'm a snake oil salesman. Well, you know they're a fucking liar. Number two, they're depriving themselves of pain relief. And if they fucking stub, hey, I almost stubbed my toe tonight, man. I'm so lucky. Dude, I almost broke my fucking toe, dude. I stepped into the corner of a 4x8 3/4 inch sheet of plywood. And I was wearing, luckily, I was wearing my sandals and they cover my toes. It pushed my foot in so hard that it hurt. And I was like, God damn, if I wasn't, and many oftentimes I'll be out in the backyard without shoes on. If I wasn't wearing shoes and my toe had hit that thing, dude, I would have been lit like a motherfucker. I may have broken my fucking toe. I would have been incapacitated. But you know what? If that had happened, I would have had my pain oil to make it through the night. And it would have helped. You know, if I was in just such in a way that it was, you know, unbearable, I always got my pain oil. And it always works. You know, only one time it didn't work on something for me. Only one time out of all the times, hundreds if not thousands of times I've used it. I have used it thousands of times, I'm sure. One time it didn't work on something for me. I had arthritis. It was like really bad. It was like in my thumb and forefinger. It felt like the bones were just breaking inside. They were just felt like it was just crumbling apart. And I kept rubbing the triage oil and rubbing the triage oil and rubbing it. The pain would not go away. I was like, fuck, man. It didn't work that one time. And the triage oil helped your broken toe, Doc? Yeah. I'm not here to sell you guys anything. I'm not. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. It's not about that. You know? I can't... If I'm not getting through to people, the message isn't getting out there. And the most important message is that cannabis cures pain. We've discovered it. And we've discovered how to deliver it. We've discovered the best formulation of it. Nobody's pain oil is as good as my pain oil. You can load your fucking THC oil up inside any kind of a carrier oil you want. It's never going to be as good as my 1%. It's just not. You just can't beat it. I guess that 1% THC is enough to just penetrate every cell that it touches. You know? I guess. You know, I made a batch, a 5-gallon batch that was extra strength. It was heavier. And then I made another one after that that was just normal again. And, you know, I couldn't tell the fucking difference, and no one else did either. No one did. No one could tell the difference. No one's like, Nay, I got pain oil from you. It used to last 8 hours, but now it only lasts 4 hours. Because it doesn't happen. It doesn't wear off. It's like it heals the fucking cell or something. I don't know how it works. All I know is I discovered it and it works. And I just think more people should know about it. I think everyone should know about it. We've been like everyone knows, you know, like everyone knows that you drink water when you're thirsty and that's the best thing you can put in your body. Everyone should know that the best thing you can put on your pain is cannabis oil. But do you know that if you were to like poll the world, say there's 8 billion people on the planet, that percentage of people that know about pain oil is probably less than 1 million people out of 8 billion. Oh man, what is that fucking percentage? Horrible. Swiss Miss hot cocoa mix. We're gonna have some hot cocoa tonight. So, yeah, I fucking, you know, I thought I thought I'd gotten rid of all the mice in my house, right? And then I'd set up this vase that I caught a mouse in before. I put a bag next to it so mice could climb up and fall into it, and I catch them. And I just figured I'd just leave it in the back under the sink, and if it happened, I'd catch them. Well, I opened up my sink, and I swear I thought I saw a fucking mouse pellet, little mouse poopy, and I'm like, dude. So I start pulling things out of there from under the sink, and sure enough, there's little mouse pellets fucking everywhere. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. So I pull everything out of the sink, and I get back to that fucking, to that vase. And guess what I fucking found in there? So I put this vase under my sink because a mouse once got trapped in there and died. And look what I fucking found today when I checked it. So I'm going to take them way out in the woods, real far from here, and release them. But can you believe that? 3 freaking mice went in this thing. And you would think my house would be infested totally with mice, right? Right, you'd think this house would be infested with mice. Because I catch them in the same spot. So they would fall in. It worked. Freaking worked, man. I caught them alive, and I took them out to the woods and let them go. Far, far away. I drove them a mile from the house. Let them go out in the woods. They went right under the pine needles. They just went right under the brush, man. One of them was just 3 feet away from me, just sat there, and 2 of them ran like 8 feet and went right under the brush and just sat there. I'm like, I guess that's what mice do out in the woods, man. They just fucking go under. They go under the fucking, basically the carpeting, you know, so the owls and hawks don't see them and shit. Yeah, it's just a vase with a plastic bag next to it, and the plastic bag is high enough for them to crawl up on the plastic bag and just, I don't even put any food in the vase. They just go in there. They just fall in there, man, and they can't get out. And I just, check it every couple of days. It's been fine, and then all of a sudden, 3 fucking mice. And, they've obviously got in there within the past 2 days or so because they're alive. There's no water, there's no food in there. So, they survived for however long they were in that. I tried to give them water. None of them wanted water. So I guess it just happened. But, man, then I went through and I fucking was taping it up even more. I'm like, what do I got to do to keep these fuckers out of here? I don't know how they're getting in. There's like one hole next to the dishwasher, and I guess they might be coming in through there somehow, but I don't know how, man. I got it all taped up now. I went crazy with the fucking tape. I was like, there's no way they're getting through now. No idea what's going on. Fucking mice. Let me go get my hot chocolate. Yeah, boy. You let them go too? Yeah, man, I don't fucking hurt mice. Fuck. Little mammals. No, I figure some fucking snake will find them tonight. Some bull snake will be crawling through and he'll fucking tag them fuckers. Bull snake or a fucking owl. Owls are out, dude. Mice better fucking find a home and chill. And owls will be out there looking for their asses. Let the owl take care of it. Nate, yeah, your mom won't smoke it. Yeah, Nate, let's not call it pot, okay? I mean, you literally want to give your mom this medicine and you want to call it pot? No, bro, come on. You got to show. If you think it's good enough for your mother, then show it the respect it deserves and call it cannabis, okay, bro? And then we'll have a whole discussion about it. But I mean, if you think it's good enough for your mom, then it's good enough to call it what it is, and not call it, you know, the thing that I sat my fucking bare ass on today and took a shit into. I shit in the pot. You know, I cook in a pot. But I smoke cannabis. There's no need for you to hide words in here, bro. We're not in the closet in here. Nobody's in the closet in here. Nate? Can we call it cannabis, bro? When we call it cannabis, we can talk about cannabis. I'm about to smoke me some cannabis right now, actually. There's a bunch of lame-ass bitches in here that I guess don't want to hang out with me, and they're fucking leaving. Don't leave me. You're gonna piss me off. Let's get high. You missed that he said that? Dude, the word pot stands out to me like the word shit. You know, I think when I see the word pot, I think of the toilet. I don't think of cannabis at all, ever. It's just, I've disassociated that word with cannabis completely. You know, just like the word weed, I've disassociated that word with the word cannabis as well. Just fucking mental gymnastics, man. It's just a matter of not wanting it in my mind. Hey Nate, are you back, bro? Did you get disconnected? I'm up all night. I got more than enough time to sit down and watch this amazing podcast. Doc Holland, right on. It's good, right? It's good to call it cannabis. You know what I always said, Doc? And I mean this. When everybody in the world has access to cannabis, I'll call it whatever the fuck you want me to call it. You know? But until that day, I'm going to keep calling it cannabis so everybody can learn about the history of it, learn about how awesome it is, learn about the conspiracy that got it banned and how that's going to result in our extinction. So do you get it? Because the day's never going to come. That day is never going to come. No, it's never going to come. We're going to go extinct before everybody has access to cannabis. I mean, shit, right now we have a chance to get it to everybody, but once society breaks down, and that won't take long, what? People are going to be worried about feeding themselves, not growing cannabis in their yards. Really. You know, where's your next meal going to come from? Priorities are going to change real fast. So, it's a pipe dream, and I know that, but it starts the conversation. Like Doc Holland just said when I said it. And it helps people it makes people more aware. You know, by giving them... Give me a second here. I just put my finger right on my lens. By giving them a chance to research the word themselves, research the history, they're never going to do it with the word pot. They're never going to do it with the word marijuana. They're never going to do it with weed, dope, or reefer. It's just not going to happen. No one gives a fuck when you call it any of those words. Nobody wants to go investigate it. You call it cannabis, though, and someone's going to go like, whoa, yeah, I think I've heard that before. You said cannabis, right? Why are you calling it cannabis? And that's your opportunity to say, I'm so glad you asked. because there's a really good reason for it. There are many good reasons to call it cannabis. You know, you could say number one because cannabis deserves the respect. You could say number one because that's what it is. You know, what is the number one reason to call it cannabis? The number one reason to call it cannabis is to start the conversation. The number one reason to call it cannabis is to be honest and to be truthful with each other. That's the true word of it. We can go on and on and on. Okay, I think I still have some 80-20 from earlier shows, so I'm just going to go ahead and see what happens here. No oregano cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. First hit of this show, man. 30 minutes in, right? Ooh, I'm such an addict. He's so addicted to cannabis. After watching you, I only call it cannabis from now on. Right on, Aaron. Because it's the best word. Twitter is fucking just about come to a halt right now. I wonder if Michael Mouse is putting up anything good right now. Wow, Frankie is 6'1", guys. I didn't know he was so big. Wow. Just you and me, Brother Doc. Ryan Broadway. Michael Earl, Michael King, Michael Wolfson, Michael. I wonder if I could type in people's names. It wouldn't come up on Facebook, right? I'd have to actually go to Facebook to do it. I just tweeted at Ron Placone, fuck me, I'm 52. He put up a joke and I don't get it, really. It's the fucking Teenage Ninja Turtle, Raphael, I guess he's with Batman. And Batman says, "This is where I watched my parents die, Raphael." and Raphael standing behind him. You know, the little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and he's saying, "Cowabummer." And I'm like, okay, he used to say cowabunga, but he's saying cowabummer. But what's that got to do with Batman? And Raphael has something to do with Batman, or I don't know. I feel so fucking out of the loop right now. I don't get it. I so don't get it. I'm so out of the loop right now. I'm loopless. Chuckles. He is tall. What would you say to a space alien who landed on Earth today? I'm sorry we fucking killed the planet before you had a chance to come here and fucking enjoy it for what it used to be, 100 years ago. I'm fucking embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for the entire human race to show you how stupid we are. I'm gonna tell them that. Fuck yeah. I'm sorry. And I'm embarrassed that we humans destroyed this planet before you got a chance to experience its true beauty. We never deserved this place. Let's see who just went live at 9:54. H.A. Goodman! What, son? See if we can find old H.A. up in the UT, in the YT. H.A. in the YT. Ha Goodman. What? He started 68 minutes ago and I'm just getting notified now? Fucking A. What?
See Trump carrying to win the Electoral College equally as important. What's your take on the Senate? PJP72, I'm going to get to that in just 1 second. I want to let everybody know. So, in about Well, right after this live stream, I'll have an upload. So about 10 minutes after this live stream, check, about 10, 15 minutes, check for the upload on this channel. Do my super chat. I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding, so your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very, very much. PJP72, I think Minnesota is, first of all, he asked him in Ohio and Florida, and I think he's going to win Ohio and Florida. I can't imagine a scenario where Democrats win Ohio and Florida. If he wins Ohio and Florida, then all he has to do is win any combination of Nevada, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, or Pennsylvania.
He's a very likable guy.
So if you go to 270 to win, he's within striking distance. They say that, oh, well, you know, mail-in ballots in Wisconsin are doing, you know, heading towards Democrats is like they always talk about.
I gotta switch my account so I can super chat him. I don't know if this will want to work either.
Clinton, let's see. There's a bunch of articles. So far, early voting looks like good news for Hillary Clinton. This is Vox. So you can, early voting could point to a Hillary Clinton victory well before, so November 8th. So this is
Love
the
him,
New York
man.
Times.
Love the guy.
October 11, 2016.
I hate his mind,
Of course,
man.
they want me to,
But I love him.
to purchase a subscription.
You know, it's hilarious.
Hillary Clinton touts early voting results.
He's just so genuine, you know.
So, let's see.
Look at his. I love that fucking.
So,
the
early voting, okay,
the Oakland Raiders hat.
While an important indicator of a campaign's ground game, it's not always a reliable indicator of final vote totals. So here we go. Robbie Mook said, our campaign is organized to leverage this early voting period to build a firewall in states and build out a lead that Donald Trump is incapable of overcoming. So, in North Carolina, Democrats are ahead in vote totals, having cast 42% of absentee ballots compared to 32% for Republicans. They're up 16. Democrat Clinton campaign director of states said that early vote totals were up 16% overall in North Carolina. They lost North Carolina decisively. Trump has spoken of a silent majority of voters.
Hot chocolate.
Who don't have
Swiss Miss hot chocolate from the Keurig.
Voters who haven't who haven't told pollsters their true preferences. Clinton campaign aides say those voters don't exist. So far, we have not seen a surge from the Trump camp and his supporters, said Mook. They were riding high. This is long before.
You guys, this is H.A. Goodman.
We can't wait to host you in November. I can't wait to be there. Nays Garden. I can't wait for you. So PJB72, he has. I'm gonna continue right now. Great question. Nays Garden. Thank you so very much. I can't wait. I can't wait to be there late November after the election. I look forward to it. Nays Garden. Thank you so very much. I look forward to it. Thank you for your support and for your generosity. And I definitely look forward to it. And look forward to being interviewed by you and to being on your channel and speaking with you and your viewers. Thank you so very much. Nays Garden, thank you. Subscribe to this man's channel. Nays Garden has a number of channels, but Nays Garden, feel free to let everybody know which channel they should subscribe to. Thank you so very, very much, Nays Garden. Thank you. TX Les Paul. Tim Pool did a segment saying that enough expats from California have moved to Texas that it's become
probably not
state.
that channel.
Texas, I don't think.
I'm gonna have to log in with my other channel.
It's closer than it was prior, but I don't think it's a battleground state. TX Les Paul, I don't think it's a battleground state. A battleground state is more along the lines of Arizona, but see again, Democrats are counting on Arizona. Arizona hasn't voted Democrat in decades. I can tell you the last time. See, if you look at Beto O'Rourke and and Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is not like the best candidate. He's not the best campaigner, but they haven't voted Democrat since 1996. And that was the one time since before 1972.
I don't know.
No, actually, from 1948. Check this out, Arizona. From 1948, they voted.
Hey, Love Jazz.
2016.
Here, let me see.
Until 2020. Only one time did they vote Democrat, and that is 1996. It's up for grabs now, but I think it's going to go red.
I don't know which channel I can super chat from that.
Here's the thing, TX Les Paul, Nays Garden. I look forward to.
He's talking about Nays Garden.
I definitely look forward to being on your channel, and it's going to be awesome. I look forward to talking about President Trump going 8 years, which is going to happen. I predicted, and I'm telling you that Trump goes 8 years, but that Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton finally overtakes, usurps, does something, or something. The realization. They even have Nebraska, parts of Nebraska is going.
He's addressing me.
I don't
it's
understand,
so funny.
like, 270 to win. I swear to God, I don't get 270 to win sometimes. Or, like, maybe they look at the polls on, I don't know what polls they're looking at, but Nebraska's going red. So, they're doing the same things all over again. Biden has no chance to win. In my view, zero chance. Zero chance. When people say, oh, well, a lot of people have voted in Wisconsin, you have no clue how many Democrats are voting for secretly voting for President Trump, how many independents just registered as Democrats because a Democrat went to them and said, oh, yeah, can you register as a Democrat? And then they said, oh, well, fine. Early voting surge benefits Hillary Clinton, CBS News. So, if he wins, let's just look at 2016 actual. He wins Ohio, and he wins Pennsylvania. He could lose Michigan, Wisconsin. I'm sorry, he wins Ohio and Florida. He can lose Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. And then if he wins Minnesota, which I think that he could very well win Minnesota, they would have to sweep to win the election with Biden, who has zero grassroots support. I mean, right now they're only campaigning on. Campaigning, or they're running on.
Can't super chat from that channel.
Dislike of President Trump. Luke St. Martin, Eric H526, the two best moderators. Thank you, Luke St. Martin and Eric H526. Nays Garden, TX Les Paul, PJP72. So they need Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, and they're talking about, oh, well, you know, there's a lead, but you don't know. You have Biden, you have the pandemic, and Democrats are going to be less likely to vote, just in the best of times, they'll be less likely to vote in person than Republicans. But with the pandemic, you're looking at people who are far less likely to vote. I do not see, the enthusiasm gap is real, very real. And in terms of votes that are actually received, there's not, Liberal Hive Mind did a fantastic segment. It's actually, they're not doing that much better. They always
I can super chat. I just can't super
Very
chat
good
from that
voter
channel.
registration program.
I'm
Especially
switching-
this
I'm
year, they're
switching
just
channels and
mailing out
testing.
ballots to everybody. So,
I'm testing to see which channel I can super chat from and that I
but you
broadcast
look,
to. I might get lucky.
so far, early voting looks good for Hillary Clinton. Vox, New York Times, early voting could point to Hillary Clinton victory well before Election Day. New York Times. Hillary Clinton campaign touts early voting results. CBS News, early voting surge benefits Hillary Clinton. The Guardian. Okay, so in New York Times, high interest buoys Clinton in key states. This is NPR News. Okay, Politico. Early voting reveals warning signs for Trump. October 16th. They're always going to say the same thing. Then it's 5:38. Why early voting was overhyped? Let's read this for a second. Why was early voting? Don't blame the data when ad hoc analysis goes wrong. I love this so much. Okay, here we go. Some statistical indicators are more useful than others. Data on early voting, for instance, usually doesn't provide much predictive insight. Okay. Historically, the relationship between early voting in a state and the final voting totals have been weak. And attempts to make inferences from early voting data have made fools of otherwise smart people. They were quoted as saying that Trump wouldn't be GOP nominee. Okay, Initially, the reports on early voting were at least consistent with the polls. Clinton had led in most polls in North Carolina and Florida in mid-October, for instance, but the race tightened after James B. Comey's letter went to Congress. There you go. And early voting data was increasingly cited in opposition to the polls, with pundits and reporters criticizing sites such as 538 for indicating early voting data into their forecasts. So what happened? In North Carolina, Clinton won the early vote by 2.5 percentage points, or 78,000 votes.
The wrong one.
Furthermore, about 2/3 of the votes were cast early. But Trump won Election Day by almost 16 percentage points. That was enough to bring him relatively healthy 3.6. So there you go. He won Election Day in North Carolina by 16 percentage points. Okay. And this is 538. 538 they're actually good at the autopsy of why they weren't on point, or why most polls weren't on point. They're good at a certain type of analysis, 538. They're definitely liberal leaning, But Quinton Baca, go Raiders! That's right. Wow. See, Gruden is the type of coach, and that team had...
Here, let me see if I can refresh this.
Alan stepped up today, so... See, if you have talent on your team, you can... By the way, Lakers, congratulations to the Lakers.
Here we go. All right.
That's amazing.
Okay, let me see.
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Lakers,
Videos.
world champions.
I want to see. Yeah, this is.
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
We're live. Okay, let's see if I can super chat.
Really amazing. And this is the year that Kobe passed away, and it's just so, and his daughter, so horrendous. And they won the championship, and it's been a horrendous year in so many ways. But truly an amazing accomplishment. And 17th championship? 17th championship, that's right. I mean,
Won't let me
Lakers
fucking
won.
super chat on this
Amazing.
channel.
I mean, really amazing.
Douchebag.
But you look, ladies and gentlemen, and so Florida, let's look at Florida. So you can win. I mean, you have North Carolina, where President Trump won by a 16-point margin. Okay, and now they're saying, oh my God, these vote totals. Well,
Jesus Christ.
It's not like Republic.
It's fucking with me so bad, dude. Trying to get to the right account. I don't know which account it's going to be. Hopefully I'll have one that is hosting the videos that I can super chat from. Says I'm live now. Rosin soaked buds have entourage, baby. Started streaming 6 hours ago. This says live. Says I'm live now. It's just rosin soaked buds have entourage, baby. Huh. Okay, let's see. To H.A. Goodman and see if we can super chat.
Won those states. He's proven he can win those states. That's a different story. If Trump lost Arizona, I'd be sweating. If Trump lost North Carolina, I'd be sweating. But he didn't, and he wouldn't have won the.
I found a channel that's got my thing.
But let's look at Florida. So.
Oh my God.
What were the numbers in Florida? So let's see. Many news outlets focus on supposed turnout surge for Clinton among Hispanic voters. The latter actually, okay, so.
I got a working.
Furthermore, early voting data doesn't necessarily provide reason to doubt the polls because early voting is already accounted for by the polls. See, that's another thing that if you win a state in early voting by 2 percentage points, and the polls show that Biden is up by 6 or 7, then the polls are not accurately reflected. So I don't know why they would say this. They highlighted Clinton's numbers in Arizona, but downplayed data showing Clinton struggling in Ohio and Iowa, which traditionally have been bellwether states. So you're looking at, you can, if you have a pretty solid, if you have a 129,000 vote lead, you can still lose it. President Obama lost North Carolina with a 129,000 early vote lead to Mitt Romney of all people. Mittens Romney. Canines Against Mittens. The organization Canines Against Mittens Romney. So that's just one example. North Carolina, Clinton won by 2.5 percentage points in early voting. About 2/3 of the votes were cast early, so that's bizarre. But Trump won election day by almost 16 percentage points. Wow. Wow. So you're probably going to see that type of swing.
Well, you ain't got that swing if you ain't got that cling.
Early voting is probably going to even out because the more Republicans that cast their ballot, then you have to find out if there's ballot fraud, if there's any fraud taking place. But let's look at Trendy Nay Live. This channel will host our interview HA so people can subscribe to this one. Trendy Nay Live. Everyone, please subscribe to Trendy Nay Live. I'm going to be on this man's channel. He's awesome. He is awesome. He's done a fantastic anger. He did a fantastic anger translator in 2016. I believe it was 2016. and he did an awesome anger translator. And he's just an awesome individual. And we'll talk about a bunch of things, and
he's gonna be like Trump, Trump, Trump.
He's awesome. So I'm going to be honored to be on his channel late November. I'm expecting to talk about a Trump victory. That's what I've been predicting for 4 years. And also a Clinton surpassing or usurping or whatever, doing whatever needs to be done. Because
Hillary Clinton's going to try to be a president again.
That dorsal fin ain't flipper. So when you see the dorsal fin, it ain't flipper or Shamu. It's Madam Secretary. Trendy Name Live, thank you so much, Trendy Name. Thank you. Thank you for your generosity and your support. Greatly appreciated. Subscribe to this man's channel. Amazing, amazing victory for the Lakers. Go Lakers. I love Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe Bryant. He's one of the greats of all time, obviously. LeBron was amazing this year. So go Lakers, go Raiders, and let's see. Let's look at Florida early voting 2016.
I'm inviting H.A. Goodman's people over.
Trump won.
After he ends his live stream,
So
come over and get high with us.
So Democrats widen lead over GOP in Florida early votes. So how Trump won Florida. Let's just see.
I'm going to send him another super chat.
Okay, so carried a nearly insurmountable 134,000 point lead by 1.4 percentage points. So he carried a 1.4 percentage point lead. So he set records in Tampa Bay. 193 vote lead.
Dude, you know what this is like? And it's better.
In Jacksonville, 165,000 more votes. Naples, Fort Myers, 144,000 more votes. So I mean, it wasn't even close. I don't think it's going to be close even.
It's not coming through.
I think it's going to be the same type of. I think it's going to be with Clinton again. But if they're showing up, they go with Biden.
I just made this nice super chat.
There's no reason why Biden. There's no reason why people vote Biden except simply saying the polls, the polls.
Ah, damn! It didn't pop up.
The polls. So how Hillary Clinton lost? It happened on election day. Okay, so let's see.
Let's try it again. I'm gonna try it again. I gotta refresh the page.
New Florida election data show that Clinton led Donald Trump by nearly 250,000 votes from people who voted by mail or in person prior to election day.
Try it again.
Okay, 250,000 votes. So Clinton led Trump by 78,000 votes in North Carolina. And President Obama led Romney by 120,000 votes in North Carolina in 2012. And they still lost. And if you lose to Mitt Romney, you got major problems in life. Major problems. You lose to Mittens, I don't want to talk to you. I don't need to ever talk to you again if you lose to Mittens. Well, he won the election, but I'm just saying, in anything really. New Florida election data. So most of the experts, yet Clinton buffer proved inadequate. Trump won Florida's 29 electoral votes by 129,000. So he was down 100. So he was down. He won.
There it goes.
The differential of so basically 360,000 votes. He gained 360,000 more votes. He gained 360,000 more votes on election day. Okay? So you're looking at a lot more than 16%. A lot more than 16%, probably 30% more. So it wasn't even close. So, I mean, this is really interesting. So you look at the two states, Florida and North Carolina, where Clinton had an amazing lead, and Trump just outperformed by a tremendous margin on election day. I mean, 350 plus thousand votes on election day, and you're talking about a pandemic where Democrats have said if you leave, you'll combust into flames, essentially, or basically, I'm being facetious but sarcastic, but. So, I mean, this early voting, obsessing over early voting, that's fine and all, but it tapers out in the end. And you're looking at a huge enthusiasm gap, much bigger than a much more profound enthusiasm gap. Much more profound enthusiasm gap. So huge absentee vote in key states favor Democrats so far. In Wisconsin, about 146,000 people voted by mail in 2016. This fall, 647,000 people have already voted by mail. So, again, let's just say that there's a 100 to 200,000 vote lead. You could still... He's already shown that he could win that back on election day. I mean, in Florida alone, he got 350,000 more votes. So... And you don't even know, you have no clue what... I mean, when Clinton surpasses Botox B, that's going to be another... That's going to be another amazing thing for President Trump, because it's going to generate support. Trending Nay Live! Here's a tip from your lovely audience who thinks you're awesome, because they are awesome. They are awesome. You are awesome. Trending Nay Live. Trending Nay, first of all, is he has an amazing outlook on life, the vibrations, the good karma, the good vibrations. You could definitely... He's very, very interested in an organic plant that helps a great many people, especially for medicinal purposes.
Sorry, Ron.
And I find that awesome. I don't partake myself, but I respect people who do, and who...
I should offer him my triage oil.
Definitely, there's definitely medicinal purposes, my God Almighty, especially for people who are suffering of illnesses or cancer. That's just on the serious medicinal side of it. Again, I don't partake myself, but if you do, Trending Nay Live, and also other topics too. He's great in politics. He's just the positive vibes. The positive vibes from this man are profound, and you will be happy you're having listened to him, or just enjoyed whatever he's discussing. So, Trending Nay Live, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I look forward to our interview. It's going to be a fantastic interview, and I am expecting a Trump victory and a Madam Secretary last second. So that'll be wonderful to talk about too. Trending Nay Live, a last second usurping. Is that even a word? Usurping. Can I get a usurping here? Of Botox B, the exhumed body. So, and also the thing is, it is a word.
I sent him another super chat.
You have these, the media is so apoplectic. Trending Nay Live, thank you so very much for your generosity always. I look forward to our interview.
Read it.
The media is
no.
We're going to get to Amy Coney Barrett, I
read
promise.
That last
in a moment.
Read that
I think it was
last.
like 92%
Read that last
negative on
super
Trump.
chat.
We talked about this today. Ferris Bueller, the Trafalgar Group got it right in 2016. The latest national poll has Trump 47.8%, Biden 43.8%, and undecided 4.6%. Bueller, Ferris Bueller, exactly. Trafalgar, and also has Trump up in Wisconsin. So Ferris Bueller, he has Trump up in Wisconsin.
He skipped over
They have
it,
Trump up in
but that's
Wisconsin. They
okay.
actually were interviewed. I saw where did I see them? I think it was Liberal Hive Mind.
Uh-oh.
That's a fantastic channel
Fucking-
too, everyone. Liberal
Dude,
Hive
I'll
Mind is
fucking
awesome.
throw goddamn super chats at this motherfucker. I don't give a
But
fuck.
a representative from Trafalgar talked
Bam,
about
bam,
how
bam,
President
super chat,
Trump is
super chat,
doing
super chat, super chat,
pretty
super chat,
well
super chat.
in swing states. It's going to be very interesting. The level of enthusiasm is going to break records this year. And I think it's going to far overshadow whatever lead they're able to get Democrats in mail-in. Trending A Live! Thank you, Trending A Live. HA, I make a THC-based pain oil. It's world famous now. Let me send you some for free so you see how many uses THC really has. Trending A Live, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that definitely on your interview.
No, let me send it to you now.
I know that
I'll send it
there
today.
is now a huge market for that. I know that there is, and I'm glad you're doing so successful. I'm glad you're so successful, and I'm glad that it's working. People have realized. I know that there's a lot of therapeutic value in that.
Like, I will send it today, pal.
And that is now it's now a booming market. I do understand that the market is now much more it's larger than ever. So I'm glad you're doing well. Trending A Live. Trending A Live. Please read my last super chat. I just did. Yes. I mean it. Thank you. Let's talk about that definitely.
I'm blasting him with
On the
$20
interview,
bills.
looking forward to the interview.
I'm
Thank
making
you,
it
Trending
rain
A
up
Live.
in
I
this
know that
bitch.
it is a huge market that exists now for this, and I'm glad. And I think that it's my opinion or viewpoint, or maybe the facts show that the over-the-counter, the prescription-based legal narcotics, sleeping pills are so dangerous. They're just there's a huge problem with
30,000. There's a 30,000 car
there's just a
rally
huge
for
problem
Trump in
with,
Miami.
overdoses
Wow.
of so many substances. Let me see, looking it up, overdoses in U.S.
Hey, trendy.
In 2018, almost
live,
70,000
picture,
people
but you had
lost
me
their
a bong
lives
rip.
from drug overdoses.
Cosmic Grandpa, this bong rip is for you.
Opioids.
This bong rip is for
2 out
you,
of
sir.
3 overdose involved in
Cheers
opioid
to
like
Cosmic
prescription opioids.
Grandpa, son. Cheers, bro.
So prescription
Cybercell, no
opioids.
law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't
And if you
isms for
can
all. We
find,
love H.A. Goodman.
So, for example, if Trending A or anyone has something that if you can circumvent that as a society, I think you're better off. I think you're much better off. Trending A Live, I'll send it today, pal. Trending A Live, thank you so very much. With YouTube, the way, well, first of all, thank you for your generosity, my God. With the way YouTube is, I can't really talk about
Right on.
anything like that type of topic. But I definitely, at least on this live stream right now, but if you do want to talk about that on your live stream, I would be more than happy to. And Trending A Live, you're awesome. First of all, thank you for your generosity, and I'm happy that if anyone deserves to have a business success,
It's not business.
especially in that
It's
in
not
an industry
business.
that is nascent, that needs really intelligent people and really kind-hearted, good people, it's you. So I'm glad that you are. I'm glad that you have benefited from the industry, and also I'm sure helped that industry tremendously. Because I can't say that.
Can't wait to be
I
able
can't
to
imagine
talk to
everyone
him.
is as thoughtful and interested in the product
I
as
feel
you
like
are.
I've been talking to
See, a
him
lot
for
of people
years.
just jump into industries and they're not as thoughtful. But thank you, Trendy Nay Live. My God, thank you so very, very much. Your support is greatly appreciated. But there is still time for Republicans to catch up in many places, and they are expected to vote in strong numbers. So,
Talk
in
about
person on election day.
cannabis!
And untold numbers of absentee ballots could be rejected for failing to fulfill requirements like witness signatures or could face legal challenges.
Thank you, Trinity. Cosmac,
But in states that have begun accepting absentee
It's
ballots, Democrats
my
have built what
pleasure.
appears to be a sizable advantage after years when
and just so you know, my name is Nay, brother. You can call me Nay, N-A-Y. But man, I hope you stay and you keep. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I want you to know I got a lot of channels on the internet. I broadcast 3 times a day, man. This is what we do. We talk about cannabis and we talk about everything, man. We talk about reality. We get super real up in this bitch.
The pandemic. In the 2016 general election, 146,000
people coming up in here to call me on my bullshit, me calling my audience on their bullshit.
In the current general election, 646,987.
It's a constant fucking. It's just it's a
already
mind
voted
fuck
absentee as of
every
Friday.
podcast I do. And I always
Alright.
feature other podcasters
doesn't show
because I
here.
love other podcasters. James DeWeaver, who did
Republican Party of Wisconsin
James
recently sent mail
DeWeaver?
urging them to
I
hand deliver
believe
ballots
we
that
can
look
smoke
exactly.
some cannabis.
But in much of Republican heavy rule, clerk workers only work part-time, leaving few opportunities to return ballots by hand. Well, that's the thing.
James
They don't trust the ballot
DeWeaver,
collection.
I believe we can
Let's
get
look
real
at
high
this really quickly.
with this.
Wisconsin
Absentee
absentee ballot report.
Ooh, James Weaver. James Weaver.
Absentee ballot report. So it doesn't show you. It doesn't show you.
I need more.
Breakdown.
Unreal, pal. Nobody even does it like that anymore.
It
Nobody's
doesn't
trying
show
to
you
do
the
it.
breakdown. This is just. I'm focusing on
Nobody's
Wisconsin.
trying
I
to do
think
it
Trump
like
has
that
a great
anymore,
chance
pal.
of winning
Unreal.
Wisconsin.
What are you even doing?
Wisconsin mail-in ballots.
Nobody's even doing that.
Just see here. Wisconsin blocked from accepting mail-in ballots after Election Day. That's very
No longer
good.
regarding cannabis. Cannabism for all. Cheers, everybody.
Very good.
Cyber style. This one's for James DeWeaver.
More than 80% of GOP members of the Wisconsin legislature. Okay, so that's also another thing when Democrats are like, "You voted absentee ballot." It's like, yeah, but nobody trusts you. That's the issue. Nay's Trendy Nay Live. Thank you so very much. I look forward to our discussion. Trendy Nay Live. I look forward to telling me how you have, like your success in business, because that is a nascent industry business that that needs good people, like really good people too, especially in this opioid crisis that we have. It's just horrendous, the opioid crisis. Let's see. So I'm looking right now, ladies and gentlemen, at we're going to talk about Amy Coney Barrett, but this is so interesting. PJP52 brought this up because it's and TX Les Paul, and it's so important. It's so important to discuss the fact that President Trump is going to win the election, and I'm not saying this just because I'm voting for President Trump. The difference in enthusiasm is profound, even more so. So, I mean, you even have Arkansas Democratic GOP lags in mail-in voting numbers. Like, even in Arkansas, it's like, Okay. So, ballot return data from heavily Democratic cities like Pittsburgh, Chapel Hill, Longland, Cardiff, Houston area drop-off ballots. Okay, so Republicans are still mailing in ballots. Okay?
That was a huge hit.
Chief Democratic data firm showed Democrats with a 10-point advantage lead among 275,000 first-time voters nationwide who already cast. Okay, so.
James,
but they were first-time voters who'll be voting in person as well. So. And you're looking at long lines, Democrats who. People are going to be reluctant to wait in long lines. Democrats will be more reluctant to wait in long lines. And they say, well, the turnout, so I'm not getting an accurate number, but more Democrats have probably mailed in ballots than in 2016. Then again, President Trump won by 2 to 3 percentage points in North Carolina, for example, and Florida. So if you have the same amount of turnout, he'll win by 1 percentage point. Because you can't really expect. I mean, you're not gonna win the election if you're Democrats if you're down by 1 percentage point in 5 states, and just suddenly you find enough votes just to win the Electoral College, because that'll be pandemonium. But in-person voting, people are gonna vote in person a lot. They're gonna break records in person as well. Trending Me Live. I don't make money off my pain oil. It's a non-profit. Oh, nice. I made money off a mini storage. Oh, nice. In Orlando. Very cool. Very cool. In fact, the fact that it's non-profit, it's very awesome and generous of you. Rusty Highlander, thank you. Trending Day Live. And I mean, most people would not do that, and that shows like what a good person you are. I made money off of mini storage in Orlando. Nice. Nice. Well, you have to explain that during our interview together, because that is something that's very interesting. Like, I don't even know what the mini storage means, or how, why it was so successful. So I look forward to talking to you about that. I think that's awesome. Trending Day Live, thank you so very much. I mean, my goodness, I tell viewers sometimes, I wish I could do more. I would take off my clothes, but it's not Halloween, and I would scare too many people, even if it were. So, thank you so very much, Trending Day Live. Thank you so very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. I'm looking forward to the interview. Thank you. Eric H526, thank you. Mark Estes, thanks HA for the peace and kindness you bring to reporting and entertainment. Thank you, Mark. Thank you very, very much, Mark. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much, Mark. Greatly, greatly appreciated. I appreciate the kind words. So, they're going to have a very tough time. They're going to have a very, very tough time, because Mark, thank you so very much. Trendy Nay Live, thank you so very much, as always. And for your generosity, Trendy Nay, thank you. They're going to have a tough time, because I don't see, the polls are going to tighten, but I don't even trust the polls now. I don't even think that Democrats have the lead necessarily. And even if they do have the lead, a lot of it is because of the pandemic, that they just don't want to show up. They just will not show up. A lot of those votes, like even the New York Times says, if they're not accurately mailed in, witness, signature, and all that, they'll be thrown out. So, but anyway, that's just an interesting. It's just one interesting. It is an interesting, story pertaining to the election. You have people who are not voting for Biden; they're voting against President Trump. You can't win an election that way, and you're going to see a huge disparity. And you saw it in 2016. And you'll see it in 2020 even more so. A huge disparity because people are not going to allow. Republicans have more to lose. And you'll see in the Senate, the Amy Coney Barrett confirmation will help Republicans. They'll
Where's
help
the rest
Republicans.
of the chat coming from?
It'll help Republicans because we'll get to Amy Coney Barrett now.
I'm sorry. I can answer that. I didn't want to mute AJ.
You're going to have the same type of.
Let me mute
she
AJ.
was part of an organization we don't want.
Okay, I'm going to mute AJ for just. Oh, wait.
Really dangerous. She was part of a dangerous organization.
I like when he gets funny.
You know what? She wrote this, and let's take this out of context. And
he's so fucking lovable. Listen. I forgot what I was going to say. I was answering. You said, where's the chat coming from? I'm broadcasting on Restream to 16 different channels. 6 YouTube channels, 6 Facebook channels, DLive, Periscope, which is from Twitter, and VK or something, and Twitch. All Nays Garden channels, I believe. Just about, they're almost all called Nays Garden.
They can't defeat ACB. Because they can't defeat Amy Coney Barrett because they don't have the votes. So they're completely, they have no chance of defeating Amy Coney Barrett. They do not have the votes. And you have people like Susan Collins or Lisa Murkowski. Susan Collins obviously has an election along with a whole bunch of other senators. What is she going to do? She's not going to vote Democrat. They don't have the votes. They have Mitt Romney now, and they don't have the votes. They would be, 4? They don't have 4 senators to defect, so they don't have the votes. They knew this going into 2016. They were not talking about packing the courts because they were expecting to win. They were expecting to win, and they lost. That's one of the many reasons why packing the courts is completely disingenuous. Also, when Biden says voters don't deserve to know, that's yet another one of the many insults from Biden. One of the many insults from Biden. This is hilarious. So, with no procedural tool to stop Barrett from getting confirmed to the Supreme Court, the only weapon Democrats have is messaging. But Brian Fallon, executive director of the Liberal Demand Justice Group, says this is a former Clinton official. Okay, I think he was like the communications director. I forgot who. He was like a top official at Clinton Company. He says that Democrats in the Judiciary Committee have been sleepwalking so far. Dianne Feinstein, Dick Durbin, that's a fantastic name, have been going around sulking about how Republicans have the votes, and they ought to be convincing the country about what a partisan power grab this is. It's not a power grab. See, it's actually, one of the senators said that this is actually court packing. It's like, no. You lost because you elevated President Trump. You wrote about this in your own emails. You lost because you cheated Bernie Sanders. Debbie Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign. It wasn't Putin's fault. You lost because you had corrupt intelligence officials that did you no good. They helped you circumvent criminal charges like Comey, and then they wrote a Comey letter a week before the election. So, I mean, everywhere you look, you see the reasons why Democrats lost the election. and they were expecting to win. They were expecting to win the election. And when they were expecting to win, Mark Estes, thank you. Trending May Live, thank you as always. Trending May Live, looking forward to our awesome interview. I'm talking! Miss Barrett, you are religious, wholesome. I'm talking! The Golden Lulu, the Portable Dave. Thank you so very, very much. You know, they don't have, there's no procedural tool to stop Barrett, so the only thing they can do is harm their chances. It's the only thing they can do at this point. They're not doing themselves any favors by going after Amy Coney Barrett. I mean, they're simply not. They're simply not doing themselves any favors. It does you no good. It does you no good to try to disparage a woman who has lived a wonderful life, has a beautiful, amazing family. It does you no good to try to... It's like if you didn't have media, if media was just a neutral arbiter, it just focused on stories and didn't... there was no endless suspicion over Trump, and actually, if they had suspicion over Trump and they had the equal amount of suspicion pertaining to Biden or Clinton or Democrats, I could live with that. That would be okay. But I'm Tommy May and Mark Estes and PJP72. PJP, wow, NBC reports 30,000 car rally for Trump in Miami. Nice! I think there's a Miami, Ohio university. If you win Florida and Ohio, you have a whole bunch. I'm talking Mark Estes, Trending Mail Live, PJP702. You win Florida and Ohio, you have a lot of ways to win the election. So you know, you have this this kind of the media is an active participant in the election and has been for about 4 years.
Good, but is Jimmy
Everything is phrased as Trump could have done something.
What do you mean,
but
Jimmy
if you reported on Clinton's servers with top secret intel,
is he playing music before his live streaming?
Nobody ever said she was trying to hide communication. You notice that? Isn't that interesting? If Trump had private servers, you would if Trump had private servers, they would say he was hiding his communication, so they would speculate based on suspicion. Media does not speculate based on suspicion with anything to do pertaining to Democrats. It's always report, leave it alone, don't talk about it, and actually don't report on it sometimes.
Why is that so hard for me to remember that one lick right there?
And then they lose, and then they cry foul, and then they complain, and they're sore losers for 4 years. They won't be able to set up and frame Trump this election, so they're not going to have anything. Notice after the Mueller probe, they've been pretty much downhill. Like they had to rely on
so pretty too.
Lockdowns in a pandemic and the belief that they truly care about the lives of people. So, like, we're doing this for your own good. It's like, well, You had elections where people voted in person in the rain. And that was during the pandemic in the rain in Wisconsin, and the level of fear has increased exponentially since April. So this is here. Let's read this really quickly. There isn't a reason for Republicans to panic just because Democrats are winning, quote-unquote, winning the mail-in votes, says the Republican pollster. Every vote counts just once, whether it is cast today or cast on Election Day. That being said, the concerning thing for Republicans has to be that once a Democrat vote is cast, it can't be taken back. So our window to message and convert any of these voters away from voting Democrat, well, but you know what, if you're voting Democrat by mail, you're not going to change your mind anyway. So there's what, like around a 200,000 vote lead in Florida, a 140,000 vote lead in North Carolina. See, again, so this has already been, we've already seen, so this is the numbers according to, so you've already seen President Trump and even Mitt Romney of all people. I'm talking Mitt Romney of all people. PJP 72. Even better was the Latino for Trump caravan. Nice.
God, fucking Eric Johnson plays the most beautiful notes. I don't know how he does it.
So the lead does not seem insurmountable at all in Florida or North Carolina. I'm actually just really kind of concerned with Wisconsin. I'm trying to find Wisconsin. But I mean, from what I see here, Florida has around 200,000 vote lead for Democrats, but President Trump won by 300,000+ on election day, and it's early in. That's going to taper off. North Carolina,
octaves.
It's about a 100.
And he stays on that same kind of melody, but
Romney.
God, then he starts shredding.
Romney surpassed the 120,000.
Then he starts shredding those.
So that's Romney. Trying to see here.
The notes that he's playing, then he just starts shredding through it.
It's a concern also for Democrats because mail-in ballots are far more likely to be disqualified for various reasons. So you're going to see mail-in ballots disqualified, and of course they're going to complain about that. Polling has shown that Trump voters are nearly twice as likely to vote on election day. So if you have a 2-to-1 advantage in any state, you're going to lose that state. So it's probably not going to be a complete 2-to-1 advantage. But so let's see if I can find Wisconsin. All right. So Florida, okay. Florida has the most early voters, 948,000. But there's only like a 200,000 lead or so, followed by Virginia and Michigan and Wisconsin. Again, you're going to have a lead with Democrats. You're going to have an early voting lead with Democrats, but it's going to be wiped away with enthusiasm and in-person voting. Okay, and
what a beautiful arpeggio, dude. This is awesome.
Because
this is totally some shit that Eric Johnson
plays. If they engaged in any shenanigans, it'll show up. Democrats surge past Republicans. Here we go. This is in October.
Welcome to your...
Oh, Lord. let's look at here. I'm trying to find out Wisconsin. So let me just see here. Okay, Wisconsin. Democratic Republican. Let's see here. So a whole lot of people are voting, but see, they also
Man, it
they're
almost
relying
seems
on-
like when you're playing like Eric
the funny thing is
Johnson,
Democrats are relying on a vote before election day and after election, or a lead.
when you're playing inside Eric Johnson's modes that he plays in, it's almost like you can't hit wrong notes. Once you start learning those modes, it's crazy. He does just stay in a lot of this same mode, man. I don't know what it is, but he's there.
In Wisconsin, with Trump won by 22,000 votes, Democratic-leaning voters who skipped 2016 have made nearly 10,000 more requests for this election than GOP counterparts. The Democratic-leaning voters who skipped 2016, they have the data for all of that, and they know that those people have requested ballots. Okay. I don't know why I'm obsessing over Wisconsin, but you're going to lose again. You're not going to have the golden moo. I can't wait until tomorrow. My good friend, I'm talking, will be mean and vindictive. The ingrained Brett makes my the golden one, the golden moo. One of the great names on this channel, the golden one. Thank you. Trending A Live. Thank you. Mark Estes. Thank you. I'm talking. The golden moo.
I'm talking.
BJP72. Thank you. The golden moo. Thank you so very much. And I'm waiting for you to take the mantle.
Headphones?
They can't possibly be going with Biden. See, at this point right now, I have very little respect for voters who are voting just simply against something. They're just voting against Trump.
This
These
scale,
voters
this
don't
Eric
even,
Johnson
like,
shit is
these
so
voters
fun
are not-
to learn. It's really not hard, and it's so pretty. It's a
These
pretty
voters are
scale.
not voting for Biden. There's nothing to vote for. He's not giving anyone anything. The golden moon, thank you for your generosity as always. Thank you. Cass! I really wish Trump would issue an executive order for some.
It's an easy scale to learn.
Cass, I think the issue, I think that's going to be litigated for a while.
And you could play it.
I think it's going to be litigated for a
You
while.
could play it anywhere, and
A
it's
long
all
time,
Eric Johnson.
actually.
This is
I don't think that.
This
I don't
is
think
just
that
the
we're gonna
major
find
scale.
out
he's just rocking out in the major scale. That's all he's doing.
I don't think we're going to find out for years. Because that litigation process is going to go on for a while.
You know,
Cash, thank you.
it's not all he's
The golden
doing,
moo, thank
but
you.
it's a lot of what
I
he's
think
doing.
that you're probably looking at, you know, a long, litigation process. So, Trafalgar is awesome. And they are Trafalgar. Let's see, Trafalgar. Trump's hidden and shy voters. This is interesting. This is the National Review. The pollster who thinks Trump is winning in Wisconsin and Michigan. So, the Trafalgar. This is interesting. Lord, I don't want to subscribe. My God almighty. Oh my God. What? The National Review, Trump's outrageous pressure campaign against Bill Barr. Thanks, National Review. That's fantastic. Well, how is that outrageous? So what crime would you charge? It's 18 U.S. Code 371. I wrote about this in the Federalist. You can't simply go after a president without any evidence at all, and with evidence with information you deemed to be evidence that was linked to his direct political rival purchasing the evidence. So what crime would you charge, Mr. President? 18 U.S. Code 371. That's the crime that what crime were they going to charge President Trump with? That was actually the crime they were going to charge President Trump with eventually, after not being able to find a criminal statute. And they didn't even impeach him on a criminal statute. So I don't understand this. This is why, like, President Trump is going after not only the National Review. I like reading the National Review. But it's like, this is the National Review defending the establishment or defending Democrats. I mean, it's like you can't win. The Attorney General remains admirably mindful of his role within our system of government and determined to honor the norms that inform that system. The norms? First of all, we have declassified information from Brennan that talked about how Putin and his intelligence agencies already knew of a plot to set up and frame Trump. We wish the same could be said of the President of the United States. Are you kidding me? The man was set up and framed. The man was set up and framed, and still you have establishment of people saying, well, you know, we haven't found
James D. Weaver,
any malice or any political pressure involved in, we haven't found any politics in investigating Trump. It was simply national security. And that's another issue. It is not national security if a private entity, the DNC, is infiltrated by a foreign government. That's not national security. Also, Facebook ads aren't national security. Pat, hello. I don't get this. It's unbelievable too, because you have the National Review that's been reporting on all the bizarre, overtly partisan, inexplicable things that have taken place pertaining to the Mueller probe, pertaining to the setting up and framing of George Papadopoulos, of Carter Page, of Michael Flynn, the dossier that Clinton purchased. What more do you want? What more do you need? And then Trump is ballistic that Barr and Durham have not prosecuted top officials. Okay, at least Vice President Biden. But it's like, that's a bit of hyperbole on President Trump's part. He knows that William Barr's not going to do that, but he's trying to kind of throw it out there. Here, even before the DNC hacking, Brennan had joined Clinton in beating the Trump-Russia collusion drone, and after the hacking, which, by the way, the United States government is only moderately to highly confident even took place, Comey formally leapt into the investigation. The probe relied heavily on bogus political opposition research generated by the Clinton campaign, specifically by its retention of Christopher Steele, an incompetent, turned out quite likely Russian disinformation, obvious material errors. Okay. And the probe continued well into the Trump presidency, forcing him to endure the appointment of special counsel Robert Mueller. The fact that that happened is like a political travesty, and people think it's like oh my God, like this amazing thing. The Obama administration and federal investigators clearly abused their power in this matter. Yet, abuses of power do not often translate into prosecutorial offenses codified by the federal penal code. It's 18 U.S. Code 371. I wrote about it in the Federalist. It's 18 U.S. Code 371. They conspired to defraud the people of the United States of America simply for political purposes. They went after somebody because of politics. That's against the law under 18 U.S. Code 371. The fact was illustrated to the president's advantage during the Ukraine misadventure when he exploited his authority. No, he didn't. Over the conduct of foreign relations to pressure an ally to undertake an investigation politically favorable to him. It was only politically favorable because there actually had been questions about Biden's behavior. If there are questions about Biden's possible corruption, how on earth is that? How on earth is it okay for President Obama's intelligence officials to fly to the UK to speak with intelligence operatives there about a candidate before he even became president to help set him up and frame him? How is that all right? But asking about why the former vice president withheld loan guarantees until a prosecutor was terminated, you can't ask that. So just simply investigating an actual event that took place is out of bounds. Congressional Democrats were frustrated in their effort to find a crime that fit the abuse. They knew that there was no crime. That was the whole point. I mean, the National Review is comparing a phone conversation where President Zelensky himself stated there was no leverage to a wide-ranging, like ever-expanding plot with about 10 to 15 people using opposition research, starting a special counsel, indicting people on process crimes, finding nothing, and now we find out through declassified notes that they knew that there was nothing, and we have somebody who was already indicted for setting up and framing Carter Page. So that is a comparison. Well, Trump found out that there was no legal statute. The legal statute, number one, is 18 U.S. Code 371. I wrote about it in the Federalist. Number two, that's apples and oranges. You can't compare the absurd. He didn't. He had every right to find out. And this was even before, I mean, it might have been before Biden had even entered. Who cares if it was after Biden entered the race? He had every right to find out why Biden withheld $1 billion or actually stated, you're not going to get $1 billion in loan guarantees. Did President Obama allow him to do this? What authority did Biden have to state that? I would like to know. I haven't heard anyone state the authority this man had to withhold unilaterally by himself $1 billion. Still don't know. Still haven't heard. Still haven't heard. Deplorable Dave! I'm sending my absentee ballot tomorrow. Guess who I'm voting for? Guess. Can Blue Ballot County go red this November? Oh, nice. Deplorable Dave. President Trump. I think that, I mean, when you have Florida, thank you. Eric H526, thank you. That's the article. Deplorable Dave, thank you so very much. I think that President Trump's going to do very well in Florida, very well in Ohio. Deplorable Dave, thank you as always for your generosity and for your support. And I think he's gonna. I mean, once you have Florida but see, I see. Once you have Florida and Ohio, you know, you have a clear path to the presidency. But this is interesting. They compare the impeachment of President Trump to a wide-ranging plot of the intelligence services under a Democratic president going after a Republican candidate. If the roles were reversed, they would never allow that to take place. It's unbelievable too. The Attorney General, Like, this is the National Review, and this is the editors, and this is the entire page of the editors. It's like they should be supporting President Trump in trying to find out exactly what took place. The legal statute, number one, is 18 U.S. Code 371. Number two, you have an FBI official who did fabricate and falsify information. So that's one legal statute. But the outrageous campaign of pressure is his Twitter. It's a lot of it is acting and showmanship. So I don't get it. Like I swear to God, I don't get it.
And now my fingers are
Trafalgar
numb.
Group poll: Trump leads by 1 point in Wisconsin.
Playing too much.
Nice.
Too old. Too old. Can't shred.
So Trafalgar will be the Rasmussen. I mean, I guess they were also accurate in 2016, so they might surpass Rasmussen.
My cheer lasted the whole time.
Trafalgar Group polls outliers with uncanny knack for accurately sampling Trump vote. It'll be very, very interesting. Very interesting. The deplorable Dave. It'll be very interesting. The election day voting. That's what, like, President Trump needs to do a couple of things. He needs to focus on the economy for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 2 weeks. It's only about 3 weeks away, yeah. For the next 3 weeks, he needs to focus on the economy and say, look, I already got you record low. We already had record low unemployment. And vote early. He needs to focus and harp on those two things. And the Senate has a good chance of remaining Republican because you're going to have an act like this is going to show voters, if you are on the fence, if you are not voting for a Republican senator, you would not have been able to get Amy Coney Barrett, somebody who will protect the Second Amendment, which is one of the most important, if not the most important, rights we have in this country. Democrats would erase the Second Amendment and also defund police. So there you go. And then you see Democrats always, the rebuttal is, well, that's not what all Democrats feel. It's like, well, that's not only the messaging, that's what the most idealistic supporters want. And media is very sympathetic to that vantage point, as well as abolishing the Electoral College, packing courts. Getting back to the National Review, what do they want? An oath signed in blood from Comey, saying, we promise all to set up and frame Trump. Brennan, Clapper, sign this. Madam Secretary, we'll just give this to you. You won't sign it. What do they want? What more do you need? If the tables were reversed, there was a Mueller probe based on memos. There should be a special counsel based on this. The problem also is that there was bipartisan support for the Mueller probe, which is one of the many reasons Republicans lost the House. And people like Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney, Trump had to go up against. Oh, here we go. Nate Silver, Rasmussen and Trafalgar are not highly rated pollsters. This is a person who said that Trump wouldn't be GOP nominee. Okay, I would not bet on them being right this year, okay. But I think our averages are likely stronger for including a dose of them because it reflects a fuller consensus. That's what this thread was about. Okay, and then Robert C. Cahill, I'll take that bet. I wager nice. 10 G's to the pandemic charity winner of your choice. Wow, electorate and state projections will be more accurate than the presidential. More accurately predict the presidential winner than 538 if you accept workout specifics in public. Nice. Something tells me old Nate didn't accept. And somebody wrote, a pollster offered to take bets on his poll accuracy does not strike me as ethical. Why? What is unethical about that? They're talking. How do you? They're talking. It's not like Trafalgar can actually. ABC News can sway opinions. That's exactly what they do all the time. It shows. It shows confidence in what I say and no agenda about getting it correct. Not willing to stand by.
You're not chatting too much, bro. Not at all.
You have it, agenda beyond.
I like a lot of chat.
Nice. This is awesome. So this is awesome. It's close in Arizona for Senate, so, I mean, if you're in Arizona, vote. Trump is up in Arizona, but McSally's down by 2 points, according to Trafalgar. I'd much rather... See, this is interesting, too. I don't get how they're like, well, you know, the average of polls is what counts.
That song right there was full of shit.
Skewed towards the media. You know
what that song reminded me of?
That's why the polls were off in 2016. Simply saying also that the polls weren't off because
this
of
song right
votes
here.
that floated in from California. That makes no sense. President Trump won the popular vote for a moment on Election Day, which is what you have to do. Votes trickling in from California or New York, completely irrelevant. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, be here on this channel in about 20 minutes. I'm going to have an upload on Amy Coney Barrett, and we're going to have an upload every evening after this the live stream. So, Deplorable Dave, thank you so very much. Golden Moon Cast, everybody here. Trendy Nate Live, thank you, Trendy Nate Live. Thank you very, very, very much, Trendy Nate Live. Thank you for your support. Looking forward to our meeting up in late November. I'm expecting to be very happy during that discussion because we're going to have 8 years of President Trump. I'm looking forward to talking about the biblical meltdown on social media and on the left, and looking forward to talking about how Madam Secretary won't be that difficult. Talking about an exhumed body, how Madam Secretary takes it over, and it's a repeat of 2016 all over again. Thank you, Nays Garden, Trendy Name, TX Les Paul, PJP72. Thanks everybody. God bless. Shane, thank you, Shane. Thank you, everybody. Be here, ladies and gentlemen, in about 20 minutes. I have an upload. Check it out on this channel. Thank you so much. Luke and Eric, thank you. God bless.
Would you try out the bass again? Back since you could still play trombone and you know what this would sound like if I turned it up loud? Oh my god, forget about it. You know what that reminds me of? That'll remind me of other songs. Aerosmith's pretty hype, man. That's a cool fucking bass run right there. Toys! In the attic, toys! 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 In the attic, toys! 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 In the attic, toys! 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 Wow, 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 wow. It's such a great song. I should learn that. It's a hard one, huh? Just figure out this chords. That's one I should. Toys in the Attic, man. It's a great song. Back when it was able, way before the state, lightning struck right down from the sky. Mothership rolling into the sky. It's a great song, man. Adam's Apple by Aerosmith. Check that song out on YouTube. It's a good song. Back when Cain was able, way before the stable, lightning struck right down from the sky. On board the ship, on the very sky. fucking song, dude. So get this fucking thing out of my way. What the fuck? Fuck you. What are you doing? What is this even? Psst, nobody even does that. Nobody even does that, pal. Psst. Yeah, nobody even does it like that, pal. Psst. Unreal. Man, Aerosmith rocks, dude. They got the rockin' shit. Them in Boston. Boston got some good shit. It's been such a long time. I should be going. Yeah. Time doesn't wait for me. It's on Ronnie Placone, all over the internet. That's all you got to know. Psst. Ronnie Placone, LucyandRon.com, RonPlacone.com. You could figure it out from there, I'm sure. Psst. Psst. Ron Placone on YouTube. Psst. Subscribe to his channel and hit the little button that says notifications. Make sure for all. Psst, 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 psst. "20 seconds of me waving goodbye." Hey, welcome new members. Just subscribe to the channels, man. Look forward to seeing you guys here, rocking out with us, making fools of ourselves, calling people out on their bullshit. That's what we do. Psst. Unreal, pal. Nobody calls anybody out on their bullshit anymore.
Thank you.